Hey everyone, Christina Del Rey with your forecast for February 15th, 2021. So we have a big week in astrology, and I know I say that every week, but really every week has been big. But this week we have the start of the exact square between Saturn and Uranus, and really this is what 2021 is all about. This is probably the most major transit for this year. Now, last year, if you remember, we had Pluto-Saturn, and that was to kind of tear everything down and apart, all the structures in our lives. So now we have Saturn and Uranus, and not quite as challenging as last year, but still challenging. So this is a year of revolution. It's a year of change, not just on a collective level, but on a personal level as well. And you have been thinking about what your personal revolution is because the universe keeps giving you clues. If you're not 100% sure where you're going, the universe is asking you to experience life in a new direction, at least in one area. But change is inevitable, and at least in one area of your life. And if you don't like change, the universe is kind of saying, too bad. You're going to have to embrace it at some point. So it is better not to go against the grain. It is better to accept and kind of, manifest something good. So Saturn is asking you to be responsible in one area of life, and Uranus is shaking the foundations of another part of your life. So you kind of have, one foot in an old life and one foot in a new life. And you have to decide what to keep and what needs to go and how you're going to do that. And of course, as humans, we don't like to change. We don't welcome in, change. It's scary to us. And what we have to realize is that this is happening so that you can be shaken free from something and be more authentically you. So whatever is being shaken free from your life, it is so that you can be more yourself and in alignment with what your soul came here to do or to learn. Exact square will happen 3 times, and the first time is February 17th, and both are direct and strong. And when you have 3 hits of a planet, it's kind of like, the first time is like, oh, there's a spaceship on my lawn. And then the second one is like, oh, I really should do something about that spaceship there. And then the third one is like, yeah, I kind of understand what I'm supposed to do with this spaceship, and I don't really care what anybody else thinks. I'm just going to integrate it into my life. So that's kind of what is going on here. The second hit of this is June 14th. Saturn will be retrograde, so that means that Uranus is going to be stronger, and that shakes up future, or that shakes up foundations. And then we have the last hit, which is December 24th. Saturn is going to be going direct, and Uranus is retro. So Saturn is going to be stronger here, and it's going to be you focusing on the new structures that you've put into place and building on that now, because you had to understand the spaceship and integrate that into your life. Okay, let's talk about it in your chart. Hello Gemini, so we have the first of 3 Saturn-Uranus squares, and for you, Saturn is in a part of the chart that has to do with faith, beliefs, opinions, publishing, broadcasting, spirituality, religion, higher education, and legal matters. So it is likely that you have to do some hard work in this area because there are lessons to be learned. This is a big focal point of Gemini, and there's a lot of beginnings here. And Uranus is in the 12th house. So Uranus isn't a part of the chart that has to do with karmic endings, unconscious thoughts, letting go, connecting to spirit, hospitals, jails, institutions, or behind the scenes. And Uranus is shaking things up. And sometimes this might be more on a subconscious level, because 12th house can be subconscious. Or this could be a shakeup in your belief system, because, maybe you are thinking of religion in a different way, or maybe you are, maybe you are breaking ground and having a revolution in how you use technology for spiritual means, or for mediumship, or for maybe you're doing some kind of inside journalism on what happens behind the scenes somehow, and you're bringing technology into that. But something here is really, it's pushing you to be more authentically you. This is your personal revolution in some way. On the 19th, we also have Venus squaring Mars in the same parts of the chart. So there's likely an action that you will have to take concerning your values and this hidden area of the chart, or the spiritual area of the chart. And sometimes with the 12th house being more of a hidden house, this can be something that in the dream space as well. There can be messages in the dream space, but there is likely an action that has to be taken on your values. And it could be, philosophical values that you have to somehow articulate, or you have to take an action on them so that you can be ultimately set free. And your ruler has been retrograde in that area, that 9th house area. So you've been rethinking your philosophies, you've been rethinking higher education, you've been rethinking, your opinions maybe. Maybe you've been rethinking spirituality or your faith. And when Mercury goes direct, things get a lot more clear, and you can move forward with whatever it is you were redoing. Okay, Gemini, it'll be a great week.